Here we are at Eagle Street, Saturday, August 9th, in the parking lot. On Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, I have wooden wire coming to install fence from the end of this flood wall straight across this parking area and connecting to building 8 in the intention to keep our equipment, porta-johns, future dumpsters, no access for other people that don't belong here. It will also have a gate, a 12-foot gate for our access. Also, earlier this week, I believe it was Thursday, we had a visit from a building official. I was actually in the building. He stopped very briefly and talked to Brian, the foreman for Bill Ray. Tony Cavallo is his name. Apparently, our suspicion is that our neighbors here had called to complain. Turns out that they don't have a permit to be where they're at, and he was actually very happy that we're doing something with this mill, so we have no issues with them at this point. He didn't even come into the building, just stopped briefly and talked, and so it's looking like people who are trying to cause a problem are going to cause a problem for themselves, at any rate. Here on the southwest side, the end of building 5, where it connects to building 3, you can see this plywood area. That is going to be access to the courtyard that will pass through. When wooden wire comes Wednesday, I'm having a gate installed there as well, so that we can access that, take that plywood down. The guys can go in and do the work that they need, and we can also keep the building secure. This is the exterior of building 8. Some examples. All the signage is up around the whole exterior of the building. All doors, all access ways. Completed that. These barrels are to be leaving, as well as a few more that we have on the second floor. Talked to Bill Ray a couple times about this, that they're supposed to be leaving this weekend. Some more trash that they've been throwing out. This is debris, boards and sheetrock that had come off the ceilings on floor 3, building 5. Basically throw that down at this pit, and they grab it with the excavator, get it into their dumpsters. But that was actually empty yesterday morning, or yesterday afternoon, Friday. So they've already filled up quite an area this morning. In building 5 on the second floor, see the debris, sheetrock that's been taken down off of the ceilings. Getting prepped to finish removing the asbestos here. I believe that's slated for Monday, Tuesday. Once this is all cleaned up, I was able to lay out part of the corridors, but there's just too much debris. Once this gets cleaned up, we could finish laying out the corridors on the second floor. Third floor's all been laid out. Hard to see down there, the guys finishing removing the opposite end. That would be the south side. On the third floor of building 5, see the guys clean this up pretty well. Just some paper that's got to go into the bag so we don't throw that out the window for obvious reasons. Here we've got the hallways laid out for corridors. See if I can find the painted those out. Gone over that with the sandblasters. About 90% of these safety stations complete. We've got smaller ones that I've made throughout. These go in the corridors, get screwed down right in so they don't get moved. They're out of everybody's way of framing. Have the signage, air horn, also extinguisher. There's a larger version that goes into the stairways. Basically allows me to put a little bit more information on it. But they would be too bulky in the hallways and they'd just get trashed. So this, I believe, will work. Looking down at the roof from the connector of building 5 to 3, which will all be removed. It'll access that courtyard we talked about where the gate is going to be installed on Wednesday. And all this will come out and be open space. I'm still on the 3rd floor. This is the very end of building 3. And I believe this section is building 2. I'm still getting a little acclimated here. We're getting ready to sandblast in here. Oh, losing focus, but we've got some steel beams, trusses and all that need to be blasted in here. This is the 3rd floor of building 8. Again, you can see a layout for corridors. Get ready to sandblast this. All the pipe demolition and abatement's been done over here. I'm standing in an opening from building 5 looking through a connector to building 10. Again, all laid out ready for sandblasting. There was some confusion where Bill Ray had thought that we were asking to sandblast all the ceilings, which is not the case. What I have here is an instance where this connection, you can see the underside of the connection for the 4th floor. The plan actually shows the corridor running through this bricked opening. The question being, do we follow that plan or do we stay with the openings that are here? So what I'd ask them to do is just to blast this section completely across to here, in case we do move the corridor, and then they don't have to come back. And that's the only area that had been asked outside of our layout. I believe it is straightened out now. On the 4th floor, building 5, you can see all of the brick, all the trusses, rafters, ceiling have all been sandblasted. Starting to get cleanup on the floors. So we should wrap this up this afternoon or Monday morning, with intentions that Energy Electric's supposed to be out on Monday, give us some more temporary power, but also now we can actually get temp lights up in this area. The sandblasting is complete, so I'll get the corridors laid out for them once this is all cleaned up, and we can get the temp light set up this way. Also have Steve Mack from Eamon coming out on Monday. We've spoken about water for Bill Ray. Apparently, the impression there'd been some investigation a couple months ago that supposedly we have no water that has been cut off. We got to get in touch with DPW on that. But Steve Mack has come up with some plans that give us a lot of utilities and that type of thing. As far as speaking about utilities goes, Building 12, talked to David at Bill Ray. There was gas that was still on site. Once that's straightened out, he will be able to pick up his building demolition permit for Building 12, and that could come down. This is a shot looking from Building 5, 4th floor, down to Building 9, 3rd floor. At the roof line, where we're going to have the 3-level units. In building 8, 4th floor. You see this has all been sandblasted. Ceilings, columns, brick. Just got to get the cleanup. I'm going to sweep this up, clean this up as well. And we'll get some templates right in here as well. Building 3, 4th floor as well, all sandblasted nicely. It's an access to the stairway to the very end of this building. And I get this floor cleaned up. We'll be ready to go. I'm in the stairway of building 5. The intention was to sandblast this whole area yesterday, today, and tomorrow. However, Bill Ray had more demo on those ceilings, taking the sheetrock down, which they didn't think they would have to do. That pushed them back on the plan to sandblast this corridor. I should say stairway. So that's gotten pushed back to get all the rest of that finished up. Intention is to move down 3rd floor, start sandblasting corridors, walls. And then come get these stairways.